Turn out the lights, hey, and light a candle. Hey, come on now. Y'all better see and get into it on this Sunday fun day. How y'all doing out there? It's Mr. 6'8". Look, I have been gone for a long time. Every time I say I'm gone for a long time, I'll be gone for even a longer time even after that. But y'all have to sit here and come to understand that I really do deal with a lot of mental anxiety, depression, things like that. So sometimes, I just don't be feeling up to sit here recording a video. It's just simply all it is. Nonetheless, this is a segue into what my topic is going to touch on tonight, which is how to deal with anxiety and depression effectively, okay? How to get past some of the things that be stressing you out, okay? Because, as human beings, we go through a lot of stuff. We really do, okay? And me, myself, I definitely go through a lot of stuff, just like some of the people who done dealt with me, okay? They'll tell you, no shade, no tea. Nonetheless, though, get into it. Roll the beautiful bean footage. We about to sit here and chat it up some. Okay, so look, I had to fix me a cocktail, right? A little juicy juice. Something to get my mind right. Okay? Just a little something to get my mind right, okay? So look, this is what I want to touch on tonight. Sometimes we as people go through things, okay? We go through ish at times. And because we go through ish at times, sometimes, you just be over it. You just get tired. Okay, have you ever sit here and been trying to go to sleep at night? You can't focus, you can't meditate. You can't do none of that stuff. Anxiety is just at an all-time high. You don't know how you're going to sit here and pay your bills, okay? You don't know how you're going to sit here and put food on the table. You don't know how you're going to sit here and put gas in your car. But nonetheless, when it gets time for that time to come here that you done sit here and ponder about in your mind, you end up making it, right? Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, the things you was worrying about, you end up making it. So nonetheless, I just want people to see and understand that it is okay, to be stressed out, to have anxiety. It's okay for these things. These are natural human feelings and emotions and occurrences that we go through. So it's fully okay to experience these things. However, it's how you choose to effectively deal with those things that will actually either make you or break you. Now, for me, myself, I get gripe all the time, okay? And for those that are watching this video who have dealt with me, okay? And when I say dealt with me, meaning that if you have my personal phone number, you already know how I operate. I can get to myself at times to the point of where I just don't give a because of the fact that I be going through it. And because of the fact that I'm an introvert and I'm a loner, it's easy for me to just isolate myself in a bubble. Now, with that being said, is that the right thing to do? Not necessarily. All I'm saying is that sometimes you just kind of have to shut down, but you have to learn how to shut down effectively. And I think that's the disconnect where I tend to struggle at the most, is that I don't know how to shut down effectively, meaning that if you're going to shut down, it's okay to shut down. Just letting people know that, hey, look, I gotta, unplug for a few. I may have to get off social media for a little while. Excuse me, got some in my eye. I may have to get off social media for a little while. I may have to sit here and, go and sit here and play, okay, tic-tac-toe for a little while or something, something to ease my mind. I may have to sit here and go and take a little drinky drink. Just something that will ease your mind. Let people know what it is that you are going to do before you do it, so that those people that truly genuinely, and then when I say truly genuinely, okay, catch the shade. Every time I wave this church fan, we gonna catch the shade. People that truly genuinely, which is very few, far and in between, people that truly genuinely care about you, those are the people that you let know when you got stuff going on that you may just need to sit here and check out for a little bit. And if those people are truly your friends, they will understand. Now, for me, I'm very careful about who I call friend. That word friend can really be a tedious, treacherous subject to sit here and tread upon. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of people that claim to be your friend ain't really your friend, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people, sometimes they may say that they're your friends, but they ain't no true ride or die friends. They may sit here and say, yeah, girl, call me anytime you need me, but don't really mean it in a literal sense. What they really sit here and mean is, let me know how you doing, but at the same time, don't be sitting here blowing on my phone 24/7 either. And it is what it is. We just have that's the way society works. Once again, these are humans we're talking about. And as humans, people are not perfect. So because of the fact that people are not perfect, it's easy for people to disregard you at times that you need them the most. And that's perfectly fine. Sometimes you have to learn how to weed those people out. When you start seeing patterns of people doing those types of behaviors, those people are really not for you. They're not really people you can sit here and count on. And it's easy for you to sit here and snip and just keep it moving, because you don't want those kind of people in your life. If a person calls you a friend, that person is supposed to be here for you no matter what. That's what you call unconditional love. Okay? Unconditional love. And I feel like right now is a definite, it's a testament to what a friend is at times like this, because of the fact that we're living in the middle of a pandemic. Okay? We got people out here losing their jobs. We got people out here losing relationships. We got people out here who are stuck in the house with abusive partners. We got all kinds of stuff going on, okay? And if there's ever a definition of what a friend must be, it's a time like this that the definition definitely applies. With that being said, if you are dealing with depression and anxiety, which I often do, now look, I don't sit here and try to claim to be perfect. I know people probably sit here and make it seem like, oh, you don't really be going there, you just be dramatic. But really, people don't know what I go through, okay? And that's because I choose not to sit here and always tell my business all the time, because somebody had to sit here and teach me that not everybody's meant to know your business. Now, what I put on social media as far as YouTube, that's on me, because of the fact that I'm using my testimony to help others, because that's what I was called to do. So because of that, I'm going to share with you a piece of me, things that I don't really let people in on. Okay? So with that being said, when the camera shut off, yeah, I do. I go through depression. I go through depression because of the fact that, at 32 years old, I thought I would have long been in a relationship by now. I thought I would have long been settled down by now, married, had children, all of the 9 yards, white picket fence. You get the whole picture. But it didn't work out that way, okay? It didn't work out that way. As a matter of fact, at 32, I'm just now getting my life back to the point of where I wanted to be at, because of the fact that I have went through almost 10 years of nothing but pure turmoil and just one obstacle and one setback after the next. Now, for those of you that may not know, I have sickle cell disease. And what sickle cell disease is that it basically is when your body is, you're depleting oxygen of your, red blood cells. The cells clot up, they start sticking together in the joints and stuff in your bloodstream, and you start having these huge amounts of pain. I mean, bouts of just pain out of nowhere, just come out of all of the woodwork, child. You can be in the middle of, child, getting your groove on out. Next thing you know, you hit with a sickle cell attack. It just happens, okay? So because of the fact that, I deal with this and stuff, it has definitely had an impact on my mental health, because of the fact that I have spent numerous occasions in hospitals alone, okay, without any family to visit me. And it's not to say I don't have family. It's just that, excuse me, on my nose running. Let me go get some tissue. Hold on. Okay, back to what I was saying. So it's just the fact that, I have family who, I know I can call if need be. But when you go through constant sickness like I go through constant sickness, well, like I was past tense, because I'm nowhere near the man I used to be versus the man I am today, it tends to happen to where people get comfortable with your illness and what you go through, that it no longer becomes this thing, oh, woe is me. It's just like, okay, Tristan is going through something, and he got to do what he got to do, and he'll come out on the other side strong like he always does. And that's just a human way of life. Do I sometimes, wish that my family had, as far as came up to visit me? Yeah, sure. But I mean, what else could they have done other than just sit there with me at my bedside and got on my nerve like family do? With that being said, being alone has sit here and taught me the value of what it means to love yourself and be in your own space and content more than anything. So because of that, because of the fact that I was used to being in a space of where I was just content, always alone, not having anybody around but the nurses and the doctors to come check on me periodically, it just became a thing of where I became accustomed to being by myself. It wasn't necessary for me to always have to be around people. So when I came to the point of where I came at now, or where I'm at now today, I'm used to it by nature, because this is the life that I've lived for the past 10 years. And you got to understand, a habit takes typically 30 days to break. So if or 30 days to, as far as come into light or come into the reality, meaning that you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. Okay. And it probably takes 30 days to break. I'm just sitting here saying from my logical standpoint, not saying if it's factual evidence, so don't go out here saying suing me now, but I'm just saying. So with that being said, because of the fact that I'm always used to being alone, it's no problem for me to sit here and be in my own bubble, because I'm already accustomed to that. So when fast forward, I meet people and they get my number and I don't follow up with a phone call with them, maybe like within a week, they feel some kind of way, because they feel like, well, damn, you ain't sit here and said not one word to us. You ain't said not nothing. You ain't called. Because of the fact, you got to understand, I'm used to always being alone. And I'm always used to being in my bubble. And sometimes it just becomes that I become so complacent and so just, that's what it is, that I don't really think about the other things as it pertains to people being worried about me. Now, you could probably get in contact with me via text, and you can a phone call, just saying. But I will sit here and say this, for the people that I know who truly and genuinely are down for me like 4 flat tires, you best to believe that if they reach out to me, I'm going to make it my business to stop what I'm doing at some particular point within about a 48-hour span, just to sit here and go back and say, okay, hey, sorry that, I missed your call, I missed your text, I missed your message on Facebook. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm going at some point check on them, okay? I'm going to check on them back and forth. It's not going to be a one-way thing. But I'm saying all this to sit here and say that sometimes things just happen to you in life and you become just a reality of what you have gone through. So, when you top all of that with me dealing with that, versus dealing with sickle cell, versus me dealing with depression, versus me dealing with being depressed just from all kind of other things, because I'm not where I feel like I need to be in life, or I feel like I may have experienced some kind of traumatic experience in the past, it just becomes a custom that you just, you learn how to go through life and function as an adult while still carrying all of these burdens. And that's basically what I have become. A person that has learned how to carry the pain on his shoulders and burdens on his shoulders and on my back. That's what it basically has become. Now, for you all out there that can relate to this, my challenge to you is that just because you feel like that you have to carry it alone, don't mean that you are alone. And I'm not to sit here and get all spiritual, because I know everybody has their own thing as far as, whether you believe in God and all this other stuff, that's fine and dandy. If you do, like I do, great. If you don't, I'm still going to love you the same, because who am I to sit here and judge you? You may have went through something in your life that may have made you not believe in, God. You may believe in that the, universe and the aligning stars has control, and divine intervention has control into playing the part how we, as far as turn out and become. Me, I'm more of a spiritual person, so I can only speak from my experience. And that's what we have to learn, is that you got to speak from your own experience. So as my experience as a Christian, firm believing man, even though I'm not churchy like I used to be, but I definitely do believe that God has definitely provided me with the strength and the courage that I need to get through stuff. Now, as far as dealing with it from a worldly standpoint, if you don't have people in your life that you can sit here and turn to in a time of need, it's not the end of the world. What's the end of the world is that if you choose to sit here and give up on yourself, if you choose to sit here and say, you know what, throw in the towel, I'm throwing my hands up, I don't feel like doing nothing, I don't feel like taking a bath today, I don't feel like talking to anybody, I'm just going to stay in bed, and I'm just going to, do what I got to do as far as, the bare minimum when I have to go to my job, and I may call out from my job sometimes because of the fact that I may not feel like being bothered with them. Sometimes you just get to that point, but you can't dwell in it. You have to learn how to push forward. Let me give you an example. Today, this morning when I woke up, I had a little bitty incy wincy moment where I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. And yesterday I felt like that. But you know what I did? I made myself get up. I made myself get dressed, get cleaned up. And sometimes when you put yourself together and you take a shower and you get the smelling all good, and spraying all in between your legs and all in between your thighs and all the other little crevices and stuff, you start to feel more better about yourself, because you look in the mirror like, okay, I'm looking like normal me. But if you don't get a haircut, if your breath stink, you ain't brushing your teeth, if you ain't taking a shower, you're going to feel worse just like you're going to look worse just like you feel worse on the inside, because of the fact that those things that are holding you down, they are now not only taking control of your mind, they are taking control of your body as well and your thought process. You have no motivation to do anything. So what I had to learn to do, as far as in my depression and battling with trying to stay afloat and keeping myself encouraged and going on, even though there are times where I feel like the road gets tough, there are times where I feel like that I kind of get lost in my calling, and always wondering, God, am I doing the right thing? Am I where I'm supposed to be at? I've learned to just live. The best advice somebody could have ever given me, and that was my godmother, Miss Sharon. Hey, Miss Sharon, if you're watching this video, look, I'm trying to sit here and take your advice and give it to others. But the best advice she could have ever given me was just live. Last year, 2020, November, the pandemic hit. Around November 2020, my birthday came. A lot of people don't know, a week before my birthday, I was pretty much at a wit's end, and I was trying to commit suicide, and I just was like, you know what? This is it. I'm done. I don't want to be here no more. I'm at peace with whatever happens, and you got to understand, like I told you, at this particular point, I was feeling lost. I didn't even really want to do YouTube anymore. I didn't want to sit here and work anymore. It seemed like I couldn't get along with my mom. Everything was going wrong. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong. And sometimes you just get to that point where you just get pushed to the limit. Let me take a sip off that, because I'm about to get real deep in a second. Sometimes, oh, that was good. Sometimes you just get pushed to the limit. Y'all, the drink is good. Y'all gotta excuse me. Hold on. All right, let's do this again. Cut. Sometimes you just get pushed to the limit, and you just be like, IDGAF. Sometimes it be like that. You just get pushed to the limits, and you just don't care who feelings you hurt. You don't care who's affected by, as far as your energy. all you know is that you just ready to sit here and throw deuces up and call it a day. And trust me, that's how I felt at that particular time. And you got to understand, when you go through stuff and it seems like you never catch a break, and the worst thing that I hate when people sit here and tell the person is, oh, you'll be fine, or, you got it made. People, you don't understand what I'm going through. You can't sit here and tell me I'll be fine when I'm telling you I'm not fine. If I was fine, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. First of all, so with that being said, I got to the point where I just didn't care. And because I just didn't care, I was ready to throw it in the towel. But people around me, my family, my cousin, hey Denise, people had to remind me that, look, things are not as bad as they appear. Yeah, you may not have a relationship with your father. Yeah, you may was molested several times growing up as a child. Yeah, you may be dealing with sexuality issues that you've dealt with in the past. Yeah, you may have sit here and, you be dealing with a sickness that you can't sit here and cure and can't get rid of. Yeah, you got all of these things going on. Bill collectors at my door, okay? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. But you have to sit here and think of where you could have been. You have to sit here and think of how far that you've come versus where you was at versus where you're at now. You have to look back. Sometimes it's okay to look back and see how far you came. Just as long as you don't stay focused on looking back. That's the main thing that counts. And that's what I want people to understand, is that it is okay to feel these feelings of feeling helpless. You feel lost, discouraged. You don't know what to do. If those things apply to you, all I can sit here and tell you is that just take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, process the moment, okay? And once you process the moment, just tell yourself, okay, what are the things that I can change that I don't like about my situation that I'm in? And how can I get to a point of where I'm better, in a better position than where I'm at now, which is the position that I don't like at the moment? You have to tell yourself these things. I always say mind over matter really works. If you keep speaking to yourself, I know people may think you crazy around yourself. If you got to sit here and talk out loud to yourself, don't worry about who's looking, okay? Because this ain't for them. This for you. So with that being said, sometimes you just got to inhale, exhale, process the moment, tell yourself, what can you fix? What is it that I can fix? What is it that I'm willing to sit here and be like, okay, if I don't like this, what needs to change? Look at and assess all of the things that are going on. You have to get a tablet and write it down. Get a tablet and write it down. A little memo pad, a little memo book don't cost nothing but $1 from the dollar store. Get you some paper and a pencil and write it down, okay? Because when you write down your thoughts on paper, put everything on paper, look at it visually, give yourself a vision. What they say, write the vision, make it plain, give yourself a vision. I promise you, things are not as bad as they seem. Yeah, you may be depressed. Yeah, you may not be, making as much money as you thought you was going to sit here and make. You probably didn't get that promotion that you thought you was going to sit here and get because of the fact that Lil Bob, and Sue over there done sit here and, slept their way to the top. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Look, we ain't gonna get into it, but I'm just sitting here saying, maybe they turned a couple of tricks and they got a promotion more than, and you didn't end up getting a promotion. Therefore, you didn't get the raise you thought you was going to get. Okay? Maybe your marriage is about to sit here on the brink of falling apart. But quiet as it's kept, it probably was already about to fall apart anyways, 5 years ago. You just didn't sit here and realize it because you failed to sit here and see the warning signs. And when things like that happen to you, it's okay to sit here and tell yourself, I forgive myself for allowing myself to go through that situation, knowing good time well that person that was in my life didn't mean me no well. It's okay to tell yourself that because, look, we are human. We are not perfect. So, once again, inhale, exhale, process the moment, put it on paper, and just tell yourself, look, what are the things I can change? Is my situation really so bad it's not worth living? Because that's what I've had to do. I've had to sit here and really have some talks with myself to get myself back in a clear state of mind. Another thing is that be mindful of who you are surrounding yourself with. And this is one thing I've learned that has helped me. People may call you funny acting, people may call you shady, and that's perfectly fine. Be mindful of who you surround yourself with, because once again, I cannot stress it enough. Going back to the friends thing, people that say that they're your friends are really not your friends. Be careful of the people that you see and surround yourself with. People may be like, oh, you shady, you don't see him come around anymore. I don't come around anymore, sweetheart, because of the fact that I'm protective of my energy and space, and I don't need nobody messing up my vibe. Sometimes you gotta learn how to be your own best friend first before you can sit here and go out here and be having all these other people that really don't mean you no good. People out here going around in cliques right now as we speak, and knowing good time well that about 7 of those people in that circle of the 14 people that's in that clique really ain't even really feeling them or featuring them or checking for them. But yet instead, we so focused on trying to be somebody's friend because we want to, be accepted and we want to fit in, that we make it mandatory, okay, to reduce ourselves and our values, okay? We reduce everything about us just to sit here and uplift them and fit into their fantasy or their reality. And that ain't right. So keep all of if you got to sit here and take every single one of the people out of your life that you feel like ain't meaning you no good, even there are people that in long-term friendships right now, if that person, let me tell you something. If that person, every time you speak of a dream that you have as far as a vision or a goal, and they always laugh in your faces or kiki ha ha, or always see him joke about it and don't really see him be on one accord, I'm telling you, those are people you got to sit here and watch. And if you tell somebody your business and you find out it gets back around to another person who don't even sit here and know anything about the conversation you had, those are also other people you have to sit here and watch. If you're around people that never want to sit here and seem to want to sit here and be of a person that's pouring into you, but they're always wanting to take from you, people you gotta watch. At the end of the day, you have to be mindful of who you let into your space, because everybody is not meant to be in your life. Sometimes, it is lonely at the top. And that's the God honest truth. It's lonely at the top. And it is okay to feel alone. It is okay to feel like that you're not where you need to be at. It is okay to feel those feelings. All you can do is work on one thing at a time. Rome was not built in a day. Look at Tyler Perry. Perfect story. Tyler Perry, homeless in his car. Steve Harvey, homeless in his car. They all had a dream at some particular point or another, but they never stopped pushing the gas pedal because of the fact that they saw the vision, and the vision was clear. Last but not least, get you a vision board. I have yet to work on mine, but get you a vision board. And I'm going to also do another video on this later on, but get you a vision board. You can go to your local Target, which is where I got this from, my vision board here, and I'm going to sit here and put all of the things that I want to see come to light or fruition this year on this vision board, and I'm going to hang it on my wall, okay? Get you a vision board. And fourth, surround yourself with positive affirmations. I'm going to sit here and see if I can turn the camera around. Maybe better yet, I'm going to post a picture somewhere right here. All of the things that you see written, you see this right here, broken crayons, still color, okay? Broken crayon, still color, affirmation. Over here, I got inhale, exhale, make today amazing. And up there, it says be your own sunshine. Once again, all affirmations, surround yourself with positive affirmations, something that will uplift you and keep you focused on what you need to focus on every day. If you got to sit here and put sticky notes on your mirror, telling yourself you are worthy, you are somebody, you are beautiful, do that. Because I'm telling you, the more that you surround yourself and change your environment, okay, keep your energy clean, you will start to see a difference. Because I have started to see a difference. If this video has helped you, please like, share, tell a friend, tell somebody. But most of all, stay encouraged and just know that somebody out there loves you. Until next time, my fun sizers, peace.